America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, a beacon of hope for generations. But is that light flickering? Is the American dream turning into a nightmare? The signs are all around us. Our national security is threatened like never before. Our economy is teetering on the brink. Our social fabric is fraying. We are a nation on the precipice, staring into the abyss. The threats are real, and they are growing. We face enemies both foreign and domestic. Our enemies plot against us, seeking to weaken us from within and destroy us from without. They see our vulnerabilities, they smell our fear. They believe our time is up. The stakes have never been higher. The very survival of our nation is at stake, but we, the American people, have faced down challenges before. We have stared into the face of adversity and emerged stronger. We can do it again, but we must act now. We must wake up to the dangers we face. We must prepare ourselves for the storm that is coming. This is not a time for complacency. This is not a time for denial. This is a time for action. This is a time for courage. This is a time to fight for everything we hold dear. This is a time to fight for America. The modern battlefield is no longer confined to physical spaces. It's a digital battleground where invisible enemies can cripple our nation with the flick of a switch. Electromagnetic pulse weapons, or EMPs, are a terrifying reality. Imagine a single detonation high above the United States, frying every electronic circuit, plunging us into darkness. No power, no communication, no transportation. Our modern world, reliant on technology, would grind to a halt. But it's not just EMPs we need to worry about. Cyber attacks, silent and insidious, can disrupt our critical infrastructure. Power grids can be shut down. Financial systems can be crippled. Our way of life can be held hostage by hackers and rogue states. It's a new era of warfare, fought in the shadows with the potential for devastating consequences. The unthinkable, the nightmare scenario, the threat of nuclear war has hung over humanity's head for decades, but in a world of rising tensions and rogue states, the risk is becoming increasingly real. The destructive power of nuclear weapons is unimaginable, capable of wiping entire cities off the map in an instant. The fallout, the radiation, the long-term consequences, it's a chilling thought that we can't afford to ignore. We must be vigilant. We must work towards de-escalation. We must never forget the lessons of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, stark reminders of the horrors that nuclear weapons can unleash. The future of our planet, the survival of our species, depends on it. Section 4. The threat from within and without. The enemies of America are many, both within our borders and beyond. Foreign powers, driven by their own agendas, seek to undermine our influence on the world stage. They engage in espionage, cyber warfare, and economic manipulation, chipping away at our foundations. They sow discord among our people, exploiting our differences, turning us against each other. But the threat is not just external. We face challenges from within as well. Division, polarization, and extremism are tearing us apart. We are a nation divided, more focused on fighting amongst ourselves than facing the real threats that loom large. We must remember that we are all Americans, united by our shared values and our love for this country. We must find common ground, bridge the divides, and stand together against those who seek to destroy us. Section 5. The crumbling foundation, economic collapse. The American dream, the promise of prosperity, of a better life for ourselves and our children, but that dream is under attack. Our economy, once the envy of the world, is showing signs of strain. The national debt is skyrocketing, inflation is eating away at our savings. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening. A financial collapse, once unthinkable, now seems like a real possibility. Imagine a world where your savings are worthless, your retirement is gone, and you can't even afford basic necessities. It's a grim picture, but one we must consider. Section 6. The Deagle Forecast, a harbinger of doom. Deagle.com, a website that provides intelligence reports for various organizations, made headlines with its predictions about a dramatic decline in America's population and economic power by the year 2025. While their methodology is shrouded in secrecy, their forecast sent shockwaves through the intelligence community and beyond. Some dismiss it as fear-mongering, while others see it as a chillingly plausible scenario. Whether or not Deagle's predictions come to pass, they serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of our current world order. We are not immune to collapse. History is littered with the remnants of once great civilizations that crumbled from within.